Hello everybody, my name is James, hope you're doing well and welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be talking about a new response to Max Verstappen's comments on Formula 1, as well as a crash that occurred during a Formula 1 test. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more Formula 1 content. Also make sure to follow me on Instagram and X at James's Pit Lane. I'll leave links in the description, but let's jump straight into the video. So let's start with the crash that occurred. Now in Japan, there is a tyre test going on. Basically, before the F1 season got underway, a wet tyre test was scheduled to take place in Bahrain using sprinklers. However, that test got cancelled ahead of the season. And while following the Japanese Grand Prix last weekend, Pirelli took the opportunity to make up for lost time with adverse weather forecast at the Japan circuit. So yeah, a 2-day Pirelli tyre test is taking part at the Suzuka circuit, and among teams taking part are Red Bull and its junior team Racing Bulls. And in terms of Racing Bulls, Liam Lawson was out on track on day 1 and his teammate Arvid Lindblad was out on track on day 2, although Lindblad had an incident during his running. Basically, he aquaplaned into the barriers after his car encountered standing water on the track, and photographs of the incident show damage to the front of the car, with the front wing no longer attached. However, it was not a serious collision, and despite the damage done to his V-Carb 03, Lindblad is back in the car to continue the final afternoon of the test. But let's move on to Max Verstappen, and as we know, he does not like the racing created by the new 2026 rules. This year, the power units are a lot more energy starves, with the battery depleting a lot faster, and this has created back and forth racing on the straights, with drivers running out of battery and unable to defend. Now, Verstappen has complained about the battery situation since testing, and since the season got underway in Melbourne, Verstappen has said the racing is too artificial. He's likened it to Mario Kart as well. And during the Japanese Grand Prix weekend, Verstappen made comments about his future in the sport. I mean, after qualifying 11th in Japan, Verstappen said he had to work out his life here in Formula 1, and he was later asked directly at Suzuka whether he actually meant that he was going to leave F1 at the end of the season, with Verstappen going on to tell BBC Radio 5 Live, as quoted by Planet F1, "That's what I'm saying. I'm thinking about everything inside this paddock." And he added, "Privately, I'm very happy. You also wait for 24 races. This time it's 22, but normally 24. And then you just think about, is it worth it? Or do I enjoy being more at home with my family, seeing my friends, more when you're not enjoying your sport?" Now, Verstappen has stressed that his comments have nothing to do with Red Bull's difficult start to 2026, and instead they come as a result of his lack of enjoyment from this new rule set in Formula 1. But on Sky F1's latest The F1 Show podcast, Martin Brundle said it's getting a bit boring hearing Verstappen question his Formula 1 future, with him saying, as quoted by Planet F1, "Max is very unfiltered. He always has been. He's talked a lot for a long time about, I'm not in this for the long haul. I'm not going to be hanging around here in my 40s. And Max would say it's getting a bit boring now. I think it's getting a bit boring with what he's saying. Either go or stop talking about it, because it is what it is. You've got to make the most of it. I would hugely miss his talent. His generational speed and car control is something that very few people in the history of motorsport have had. It's quite extraordinary, and I have absolutely no doubt whatsoever that, given Red Bull were building their own powertrain for the first time, that his management would have put an exit clause at the end of this year to see how it goes. Mercedes are saying no, there's no place at this particular inn at the moment, so quite what he would do, I don't know." And Brundle went on to say, "Nobody's indispensable in this business. I've seen a number of amazing people come through this sport and are no longer with us, or moved on and have done something else, and the sport carries on. The great Murray Walker would be one of them, and this goes for any of us. The minute we stop, people will talk about whoever's doing the job next. There are any number of Antonellis, Behrmans, Lindblads out there who would do the job incredibly well for 1% of the money, so the sport will just move on if Max decides to go, but he's sort of doing quite a lot of damage meanwhile, but I think we all appreciate that's how Max rock and rolls. I'd be really surprised if he walked away from it." But that's going to be the video from me today. Thank you ever so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for more videos, and until the next one, take care.